Hi everybody, thank you for joining me. Today we're going to be doing our Friday sketch card and we're going to have some fun. We're going to be using some Prima paper. It's the Wild and Free collection. And I love this paper collection. The colors, the soft pinks with the black. So I've kind of prepped my pieces, okay? This one was a leaf that I cut pieces off and I embossed. And now I'm going to cut on the two sides of this black strip of paper. I want to say I cut it at 2 inches. And I'm just cutting a border edge. I did the one side, now we're going to do the second side. And then I will cut as close in the middle that I can, so that way I can put it on each side in the middle, just like it is in the photo. Okay, so once we have that, I was looking to see if maybe I had made it, wide enough that I could just put the paper on top, but not enough of that pattern was peeking out. So I just took it off to the side and trimmed it down. Sorry about that. Normally my phone is on silent. I'm going to quiet it down right now. Alright. Also, I prepped my paper with some clear gesso and I did some crackling paste so that way we wouldn't have to wait on camera for it to dry. And I just wanted to get my base paper down on my card. And today I'm doing a 5.5 by 5.5 size card. So I put the base down because this sheet, because I knew we were doing a lot of mixed media techniques on it, it was gonna kind of warp a little. This one I had plans on putting foam tape behind it so that way it would flatten it back out. Alright, so I'm just attaching the one side. I'm going to put tape on the bottom half and attach that piece. And anything that's hanging off, I just trim with my Tim Holtz scissors. And then I'm putting more tape down so that way we can attach it to the middle. And at first you're going to see, I'm looking at it and I'm like, why does it look crooked in the camera? But when I hold it on the paper and hold it up, it was straight. Don't ask me, I'm not sure why it looked like that or why it looks like that. We're just going to keep on going, okay? So I'm laying out, trying to see how everything is going to kind of play out. And I decided instead of doing black and white, because I think that was too sharp or too much of a contrast, I decided to do a piece of the pattern paper and just cut it down. So I'm just looking, trying to figure out in my head like how much of it I'm gonna use, and then you'll see at the last minute I just cut a piece of it and decide to make it almost like a banner, a little teeny banner. Now here I decided that I wanted to do some spraying on it, especially where I had the crackle paste. And at first I was putting it down with a brush, and it could work, but it just wasn't laying the way I wanted. So that's why I took to the spray box and just spraying it with the bloom spray directly to the paper, which worked better. Now we're stamping our sentiment, which is happy birthday. We're just going to tuck underneath our flowers and stuff. So this is the point where I cut down that strip, and then I decided to banner, just cut that V notch out of the paper, put the tape on the back, and then align that just right below the sentiment. And actually I'm taping this down first to make sure that it's in place, and then I'm going to attach all the pieces. And for that I'm going to use the 3-in-1 glue. And we're just going to start with, I put some glue dots on that flower, but I decided obviously I should put down the chipboard pieces first. So that's what I'm doing with the glue. I just put it along the back of the leaves, and then I lay the leaves down where I wanted them to fall. And then I was just going to use the glue dots on the flowers, but I decided to put a little bit of the glue behind it as well, just for added, you know, security. And then doing the glue dots again and the glue on the next flower. And then I wanted a little bit of pink in with the flowers, so I just added a little small pink flower. And these flowers are actually from this paper collection, so it all coordinates together. And I noticed from when I made that little V pattern in that thin piece of paper, I had a little piece that landed on my project, so I had to use the tweezers to get my little piece of paper out. Now we're going to turn it over and just add our foam tape. And it's important to do that, especially if you're doing a lot of the mixed media and you find that your paper is warping, to give it just more sturdiness and a more finished look. I like to put the foam tape behind it. I think it works out the best that way. I really do. So now we're just going to take the backing off. And we're going to go ahead and lay this down. And once I got it laid down, I was like, you know what, I like this. This is looking really good. But, yeah, I wanted some gold. So I picked the gold that matched the embossing powder the best. I'm just going to grab my water brush and a little block. And we're going to go ahead and do some quick splattering. And while I was doing the gold, I realized it really wasn't shiny or bold as I wanted it to be. So I decided to also do the black by getting the black distress marker and scribbling it on the block, and then flicking that all over the front of the card as well. And then right in the last minute, I thought, you know what, let me try the white oil pastel. Let me put that on the block and see if I can get that flicked on it. I'm trying to figure out a way to do better with the white. I think I might have to just start like watering down my gesso a little bit, just so that, you know, sometimes you want a hard contrast just to give that highlight, that little pop, that wow. So it may get some before I deliver it to the recipient. We'll see. So as we get to the end here, I'm just cleaning off my table because it was all still wet. But I really hope you guys enjoyed this. This was super fun and quick. There's not a whole lot to it, but it has a great impact, you know. So once again, thank you for watching. Make sure you hit that like, subscribe, and share button. We're getting closer and closer to this 500. Who knew 500 it would take so long? It feels like it's taking years, and it's only been a couple of months. But we're gonna get there soon. We're gonna have a giveaway when we do. There are gonna be links to previous videos at the end of the video, so if you've missed any, or if you just want to be inspired by some more fun sketches, the links will be at the end. Thank you guys again, and I hope you have a great weekend.